Hey everyone! It's a beautiful day to learn. In this channel, you will be learning about machine shorthand. So, if you're interested, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell button for notifications. Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. So, in this video, we will be learning about lessons 21 to 25. So, thanks for being with me again, and let's start! So lessons 21 to 25, these are the following letters that we are going to learn. We have initial M, initial K, and final N, diphthong OI, initial B, and final G, initial F, and final V. Let's start with lesson 21. For lesson 21, we have initial M. So how are we going to write initial M? So using your left hand, you write PH for initial M with the middle and index fingers on the upper bank. Okay? So using your left uh, middle and index finger, we will type we will write initial M. Let's take a look at this example of words applying this lesson. We have there on the left side the stenographic notes and on the right side the English words. So we have miss, map, mill, me, mad, my, met, and then more. Okay, notice do not be confused that PH or initial PH is equivalent to initial M. Okay, so let's proceed to next slide. We will also be learning number here in lesson 21. That's number 1. So you write 1 with your little finger on the crack between the initial S and the numeral bar. Be sure the S is firmly depressed. It is only necessary to shift the numeral bar with the tip of your little finger. Keep a relaxed wrist. Okay, you write 14, 17, and 19 in. How many stroke? 1 stroke each. Because these, again, for numbers, ascending numbers, we write this that is to be written in 1 stroke only. But for descending orders or numbers, we write them 2 strokes. Okay. In lesson 21, also we will learn final RS. So how are we going to write final RS? We write final RS with the index and little fingers of the right hand. Strike both keys at the same time. Don't strike the final R first and then the final S. Instead, we strike them simultaneously. So you position your fingers, final R, final S, and then strike. That's it. That's final S. Let's proceed to arbitraries. So there we can see we have Mr., Mrs., March, manufacture, and enough on the right side, and on the left side, it's equivalent strokes or the outline. Remember again that arbitraries or briefs are very important because they make our typing or writing faster and easier. Okay, so we don't need to type everything with these briefs and arbitraries. Let's take a look at this sentence. So I'm giving you time, seconds to transcribe this on your own. You may hit the pause button for that. So in 3, 2, 1, 0, let's check if you got the correct answer. And so we read this as Joe will be 21 in March. How was it? Did you get the correct answer? Okay, so let's proceed. We have another sentence here. So this one, I'm giving you the English or the sentence in English words, and then you give me the stroke or the shorthand. Okay, in three, two, one, zero. Let's check your answer. So this is the answer. Would you like to try? Then question mark. So that is how we are going to write this English words into machine shorthand. Okay, let's proceed to the next lesson. We have here lesson 22. For lesson 22, we will learn about initial K and final N. So we have on using our left hand, write initial K with the ring finger on the lower bank. Then using our right hand, we write final PB for final N with the middle finger on the crack in home position. So again, initial K is left ring finger and final N is combination uh, P and B. So we will put our right middle finger on the crack that's between final P and B. So let's try to take a look at the example words here applying lesson 22. So we have car, came, court, son, man, win, own. So this is how we are going to write these words. We can see on the left side it's strokes. And then we have here briefs or arbitraries and phrases. So we have can, that's initial K, could, initial K, vowel O, and initial A, rather vowel A, final N, company, initial K, final P, account, initial K, final T, can I, initial K, and then vowel I. Can you, initial K, vowel U. You can, vowel U, final K, and I can, vowel I, final K. So let's take a look on the left side of the screen. We can see the strokes or the shorthand of these briefs or arbitraries and phrases. Okay, so let's proceed to sentence. How about this one? I'd like you to read this. I'm giving you 3 seconds. Three, two, one, zero. Okay, let's check your answer. Okay, there you have it. So we read this as you and I were there in April. Okay, so that is how we are going to read that sentence. The stroke for that sentence. Okay, how about this one? You give me the shorthand or the strokes for this one. You can recommend the new company. Okay, remember to apply phrases, briefs, or arbitraries. In three, two, one, zero. Let's check your answer. There you have it. This is the stroke or the shorthand for you can recommend the new company. So you can, it's a phrase, so that's vowel U and final K. Recommend, that's an arbitrary or a brief. So that's a rem. The new company's brief rather, and I brief also, and then also arbitrary. So that's initial K and final P. That's it. Let's have another lesson. We have lesson 23, that's diphthong OI. So we write OI for the diphthongs OI and OY. So OI and OY. Examples is we have toy, soil, troy, and then noise. Okay, we have here words applying the diphthong OI. So we have toy, toil, join, joy, sacks, rocks, walks, aches. On the left side, we can see its shorthand or strokes of these words. Let us be familiar with how these words are written. So when dictation comes, we won't be confused anymore or we won't be having second thought on how are we going to write these words. For lesson 23, we have another number. That's number 6. So how are we going to write number 6 using your right hand? You write 6 with your index finger on the crack between final F or final V and the numeral bar. Depress the final F firmly with only slight pressure on the bar. So how are we going to write 16, 26, 46, 67, and 69? That is in one stroke each because these numbers are in ascending order. Here are the briefs or arbitraries and phrases for this lesson. We have Sunday, Monday, so these are days of the week. We also have January and June, so it's the months. Then we have consider, could he, can he, and he can. Okay, so on the left side, we can see how these briefs or arbitraries and phrases are being written, how it appears in the machine. Okay, let's try the sentence. So, give me the strokes or shorthand for this sentence. I'm giving you 3 seconds. So, in 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's take a look at your answers. How is it? Do we have the same answer? So it's I might open an account in June. So we have a month. We have open an account in arbitrary or briefs. Same with June. How about this one? Give me the stroke of this sentence. I think this new toy will win. Okay, I'm giving you again another 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's check your answer. So this is the answer. I think this new toy will win, period. So think is an arbitrary or a brief. Okay, so that's it. I hope you got the correct answer. I hope you got the same answer with me. So that's it for lesson 23. Let's proceed to lesson 24. We have initial B and final G. So how are we going to write initial B? That's using your left hand. You write initials P, W for initial B with the middle finger in the home position. So again, initial B is left middle finger you between initial that's initial P and W, so you will have to put your left middle finger on the crack between initial P and W. You depress the key and that is your initial B. How about final G? So you write final G with the ring finger on the lower bank using your right hand. So again, final G is right ring finger. Okay. Okay, we have here example of words applying lesson 24. So we have bid, bus, bar, boat, buy. So for buy, we have two words for this, by and buy. Because again, in the reference book that I use, there are tendencies that two or more words will have the same stroke. Then we have egg, rug, and wig. Okay, so notice again that PW is used for bid or B rather for initial B. So for example, on the first word we have bid, that's PW and then vowel I or EU and then final D. Okay, for this lesson, we also have briefs or arbitraries and phrases. So initial B stands for about. Okay, we have before, that's initial B, final F. Been, initial B, final N. Regular, initial R, vowel E, final G. Suggest, initial S, vowel U, final G. About the, that's initial B, final T. About a, initial B, vowel A. Before the, initial B, final F, and final T. So that is how we are going to write this briefs or arbitraries and phrases. On the left side, we can see how these briefs or arbitraries and phrases appears in the machine shorthand or the screen of the steno writer. We have a sample sentence here. So how are we going to transcribe or translate this stroke or shorthand outline? Okay, so that is composed of four words with one punctuation. Okay, so in 3, 2, 1, 0, let's check your answers. And this is how we read this. I hope we have the same answer. So that's think before you buy. Okay, so are we like this, class? Do we, or learners, do we think before we buy? Or we buy first and then we regret because why did we buy such a thing when it's not even necessary? That's because of the sale. Okay, so next we have another sentence here. Okay, this one, read before you sign. How do we write this? So again, read before you sign. How do we write this? I'm giving you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's check your answers. Read. So that is long E. Then before applying the brief or arbitrary, initial B and final F, and then U, and then sign. That's long I, and then initial S, long I, final N, and then the period or FBLT. So, do we have the same answer? I hope that we have the same answer. So, that's it for lesson 24. And finally, we have lesson 25, that's initial F and final V. Okay, so how are we going to write initial F using your left hand? You write TP for initial F with the ring and middle fingers on the upper bank. So try to get the feel of this position on the keyboard. So again, initial F is initials TP using your left ring and middle finger. Then we have final V. For final V, using your right hand, we write final F for final V. So again, final F for final V. Okay? Using your right index finger. Okay, we have here words applying lesson 25. We have fit. So again, initial TP for initial F. So fit, fill, fan, fail, phone. That's how you're going to write these words. And then we have live. So applying the final F, or rather final F as final V. So we have live and then love. So this is what we are waiting for the whole time, right? So at this point, we know already how to write I love you. Okay. So students have already learned about I like you. Now we already have here love. So we can already write I love you. I'm sure learners, you're very much excited to use this. And then we have stove. So that's final V, final F for final V, stove. On the left side, we can see the notes. So let's try to take a look at that and be familiar with it. Okay, let's proceed. We have here number 3 for lesson 25. So using your left hand, Write the 3 with your middle finger on the crack between the P and the numeral bar. So again, how are we going to write number 3? Using your left middle finger, you put your left middle finger between the numeral bar and initial P. Then you write 23, 34, 36, 39 in how many strokes? Again, one stroke each because this is in ascending order. Okay. Okay, we have here briefs or arbitraries and phrases applying what we have learned or the letters being introduced in lesson 25. So we have if. So again, initial TP is if. Then we have from, February, and November. So we have another two additional months here. Receive, then we have phrases if you, if he, if I, and from you. So you take a look at the left side of the screen, we can see the strokes or how these arbitraries and phrases appear rather on the steno writer screen. Again, please find time to memorize and be familiar with these strokes. So when the dictation comes, it would be easier to type and faster as well. So we have this speed and accuracy that's very important to a court stenographer. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, we have here a sentence for lesson 25. How do we read this one? Okay, I'm giving you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's check your answers. Okay, so the answer is he had a certificate from Eve. Period. So he had, that's a phrase. Certificate, that's an arbitrary. Same with from, and then we have Eve, that's a name. So I hope we have the same answer. Okay, let's proceed to another sentence. Let's take a look at this one. How about this one? How are we going to write this? What is the stroke for this? Will I hear from you in February? Question mark. So in 3, 2, 1, 0, let's check your answers. This is how we are going to write will I hear from you in February. Will I is a phrase, and then hear from you is a phrase. Then we have also in, and then February. That's a brief or arbitrary, and then question mark. So I hope you have the same answer with me. So congratulations for that. And that's it for lessons 21 to 25. I am very happy that you keep on learning and that you are enjoying watching this video. So, congratulations. And at this point, we will um, answer or give the answer for the previous question that we gave in the previous video that we had. Okay, so here it is. So here's the question. How are we going to read this? So we read this as, would you say to Jack that you are 24 or 29 this July? Again, this is the correct answer. Would you say to Jack that you are 24 or 29 this July? Okay, let's take a look at the learners who commented the correct answers. So we have Mayflower C. Cubos, Lilian May Achivida, Giselle Fuertes, Nicole Macapinlac, James Kenneth Ongyot, Karin Dalde, Joyce C. Kadungog, Mary Joy Kasulukan, Jelly Ann Rastonabe, Deniza Putong, Joyce May Acuzar, we have Rovilyn Amog, Riza May Ubil, Ana Kabayag, Cherish Pabe, Mary Grace Alolino, Michelle Agbon, Kiza Saligay, Maribeth de la Cruz, Charmaine Agosto, Rosemary Ramada, and finally, we have Ella Marie Pujadas, Ella Marie Dos Dos, Dara Rose Logronio, Carla May Adona, Mia Queen Ingasca. Okay, so again, these learners, they commented on the previous question. So they all have a chance to win 30 pesos worth of load. Thank you so much for your support. And also, thank you, Uridale Fun, for sponsoring our load, our prize, 30 pesos worth of load. So, Uridale Fun, their page is you just have to search Uridale. It's the link is also on the description below. So please like and follow their Facebook page. They are uploading videos of entertainment, funny videos, and as well as animes. So again, thank you so much, Uridale Fun. So this is the second week of your sponsorship. So thank you so much. At this point, we will spin the wheel. Let's start with the ruffle. In three, two, one, zero. Congratulations, Mary Grace Alolino. So, Mary Grace, to claim your prize, don't forget to email at machineshorthand2021 at gmail.com. So again, congratulations, Mary Grace Alolino. Please claim your prize again at machineshorthand2021 at gmail.com. So please don't forget to email. At this point, we have another question. So for you to have a chance to win 30 pesos worth of load, please comment down below your answer for this one. How will you read this? Okay, so good luck and God bless everyone. Keep safe always. Thank you so much for being with me again. See you in the next video. Bye!